Hello. Good morning. This is a beautiful day. How did you greet yourself today? After I greeted the world, I saw my reflection in the mirror and I said, here you are. You had an amazing night's rest. So you should be ready to just take on the world and do the things you are supposed to do. So here you are. Good morning. This world is waiting for you. And one of the things that you had to do today was say hello to you. Hello to myself. Hello, because I deserve to greet myself before I greet anything else. Did you greet the morning? Did you check out the day? Did you say to the day, welcome, good morning, thank you for giving me another opportunity to do better than I did yesterday? It's you I am talking to. You, that one individual that perhaps have not decided how great and wonderful you are and how deserving you are of this wonderful, amazing life. A life to choose. A life to do exactly what you want. A life that's waiting for you to come into it. A life that will never turn its back on you. A life of your design. A life of your desire. A life that you dreamt of. The 3 Ds of life. Design it and desire it, and you have dreamt of it. It's yours. And today, fortunately for you, is another amazing day to give some love and to press that button of love and send it out to the world. Let the world know what you're getting right now. Press that button of love and send it out to the world. Let somebody else get some of it also. Do not keep the wonderful love that is coming from inside of you, or the love, or the message, or the guidance you receive, to keep it for yourself. Send it out to the world, because that is what we are all supposed to do. It is a fabulous, amazing, and awesome day. A day just to be here. A day for you to hold on and know I am here and I have a purpose to be here. I am here because I am destined to be here. I am here because I desire this life. I design this life. And I dreamt of this life. Now it is here. Think when you didn't have this life you have right now, how you felt. Thanks for the love. Thanks for pressing that love button. Let somebody else know we are alive. Thanks for pressing that little heart and let them know we are alive today. When you will do that, we are letting others come and receive some of the morning blessing. So what you can do for yourself today is remember, slowly, just don't dwell in the past. But we all need to know that there is and there was a time when we did not have what we have right now. Our possessions, in some cases our health, in some cases we got better eyesight, we got better heartbeats, things are looking better. So give that look and be grateful and wonderful and be appreciative of the life you're having. Of course, nothing is absolutely perfect. So there might be something in the life right now that is not exactly as you have dreamt of it, as you desired it, and how you design it. But still, there is this wonderful life. And you have to embrace it and take it and run with it. So this is why I come to you this morning to remind you to give some love to the world and acknowledge that you have the best life. No matter what life you're experiencing, this is the perfect life for you. So without telling you anything else, let us look at the morning blessings for today. The morning blessing is, when you think there is not enough to go around and you're grabbing and you're hoarding and you're secretly holding it, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your desire, whether it's your possession, whether it's the morning blessing, you're keeping it for yourself. When you have that, when you do not share the morning blessing with others, when you do not share what your knowledge with others, when you not share your wisdom with others, you are hoarding. And you are doing that because you believe there is not enough to go around. And that is not true. There is always enough to go around. There is always more to come. Even if the person has the same thing as you, or they won't desire to be just like you. Do not resent that, because there is always enough to go around. Remember that. When you keep things to yourself, that means you're not telling the world that you're willing to take a chance and share. You are living in this situation of lack and poverty, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and then it affects your financial prosperity. So when you believe you must hoard everything, and you believe whatever you are doing is not enough to share with others, then you're living in lack. You're living in poverty. Poverty that is mentally triggered by your belief you shouldn't share your wisdom. You shouldn't share the morning blessings with people. You shouldn't press that little heart button. Why should I give more love to Tessa-Marie? Why should I let other people know that this is a good thing for them to do? I am going to keep it for myself. That is being in lack. That is just saying, I am not trusting the world. I am not giving the world. You have a lot because you desired it, then you dreamt it, and then you designed it. And you have this amazing life that you're living. And as I said, it's not perfect. Life is not perfect at all. Although we might dream, desire, and we might design, we might have something that didn't quite work. But yet, we have this wonderful life. And we have wisdom. We have knowledge. We understand where we failed. We understand what happened, why it didn't work out completely. So are we going to let another human being fall in the same hole that we fall in and said, well, I figured it out myself, they should figure it out? No, that's not it. That's not it. You have to say to that person, hi, I did it this way and I really shouldn't have gone that way. So this is how I realized it should go. Let me show you how. That is our responsibilities. But if you hold that wisdom, that knowledge for yourself, you are saying that person is my competition. That person is going to do better than me. I am not going to give them what I have. I am not going to share with them what I know. I'm not going to teach them how to do better. Sometimes the person we do not help is the person that supports us the most. As I said, I remembered when I asked somebody how to do a simple thing when I first joined Movement Makers, I got a wave of a hand. Oh, you'll figure it out. Was that right? No. Was that a way to help? No. But that was what the person knew. And I wonder if that person will put themselves out ever again for another human being. I did not dwell on it. I just went, whoa, what is so hard in your life? What is so bitter? And now I understand. This person is intensely insecure, amazingly insecure. They cannot live a day without shedding tears because of their insecurity. I didn't know that, but now I know that. And I've watched for a year, and that person has not come up higher with that insecurity. Lesson learned. That for me was, give all you have. Let it go. There is more to come. I was raised in a family that had a lot, but we gave. We just gave. And that was amazing. I didn't realize what lessons they were teaching me. But when you sit and you come from a position that there is not enough to go around, you are living in a life of lack. If you have it, whether it's a little bit of knowledge, do that. If you are watching somebody do something and you know they're doing it wrong, and you can tell them in a pleasant way, you know what? I tried this before and I did this. It didn't work. And then I found out we can do it this way and it will look much better and it will work. Your responsibility as a seeker of wisdom, knowledge, and talent is supposed to say to that person, here, do it this way, it will work. If you choose not to share what you know with somebody else, You are staying in the position that there is not enough to go around. When yes, there is enough, more than enough to go around. A lot more than enough to go around. If the God, our God, did not know there was enough to go around, he would stop creation at a point. He would stop us from being here. I wouldn't be here, neither would you. But because he knew there was so much bountiful and plentiful to go around, no matter what we desire, he let us be ourselves. He let us come into the world. Look at China. They stopped letting people have female children. No, they're looking for females to marry all the males that they save. You see, there was enough to go around, but they decided they were going to fix it. And God looked at them and said, no, that's not your position. You don't decide who lives and who dies. You want no female? But without a female, you cannot have your male. Really? And they are supposed to be smart. What were they using for a brain? So now, they're looking for children, women, children. So when you're sitting here and you're thinking, what I have, I must keep for myself. When you let somebody's opinion tarnish your opinion of another human being, check it out. When somebody is talking to you and they're giving you the most depressing things, or they're saying things you know in your heart is not right, shake it off. You don't have to cut off the relationship, but you can shake it off and say, no, I'm not going that way. Your thinking of doom and gloom for this world is not true. Many others have done it before, and it didn't work for them. Why will it work for you sitting on a couch in your apartment day in and day out, spewing things about the world that's not true? A position of lack. There is not enough. Yes, there is enough in this world for all of us. Because if there wasn't enough in the world for all of us, the creator of the world would have said, enough is enough. I am done. No more people on this earth. No more brains to do things. No more gifted people like this young woman that's on the live right now, Rosha. Nobody that can make a cake and bake like Loretta, or go around loving others like a man, persistently trying to keep her family together like Christina Yoko that never stops. She's like a busy bee. She's worse than the butterflies in my garden. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere. You see, without all of us, it would be an empty world. So do not believe because you know something, you must hold it and say, I'm not showing them. They may take my place. I'm not going on their life. I'm not having them on my life. They'll take my followers. Get over yourself. You have nothing that somebody else wants. Everybody has free will to choose and to go further and do this. So when you sit and you do not share your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding, that tells me you are insecure. That tells me you are lack. That tells me your brain is full of poverty. Your brain does not see success. Your brain does not see wealth. You are the person that will tell me when I ask at a financial literacy program, who here wants to be rich? You are the one that said, I just want to be comfortable. Or you are the one that says rich people are bad. No, they're not. And it's fun to be rich. It's fun to have money. It's great to have money to buy the plants I want for my garden and don't think twice about it. Because then I can give it to you. It's great to hire somebody to come and help me with the garden so I can show you what it looks like. Yesterday I harvested a bunch of tomatoes and peas. My neighbor over there, her husband was sitting outside. I called him and I gave him a whole heap of tomatoes. Then she was around. I gave her a whole bunch of beans. I gave it across the street. I have enough. I have more than enough to give. I cannot eat it all. My children can, my cousins, everybody comes. It does not matter. Do not be afraid to hoard it. Can you imagine I keep all these tomatoes for myself? Will they stay red and pretty and sweet and nice? No, they won't. They will rot. And that is what happens to you when you keep your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and love and caring and respect and kindness inside of you. And I am not teaching them any respect. I'm going to call them stupid. I'm going to call them dumb. I'm going to criticize their weight. I'm going to criticize how they speak. I'm going to criticize. No. That keeps you in the dark. That keeps you in a hole. And you cannot come out. It's dark. There is no light in that hole. There is no crack for you to see the light. So you have to understand, do not be afraid to share what you know. Do not be afraid to give a little more than you have. Do not be afraid to buy something that you love. Don't go borrowing money to do it. Do like me. I save to get what I want. I put money aside for a purpose in a special place every month. I will not do it if that money is not there. And I maybe could. I know I could. But I chose to do it that way. It gives me a better satisfaction and joy to do that. When we are 3 months from Ramadan and Christmas and all those vacations, come on. All these holidays are coming. Do not be a miser and say, I'm only doing this, I'm only going to give that. No, do your best. If your best is only that, then do that. But if you can do better, do better. You cannot, if you block the water in a dam and you don't release some of the water, what happens, guys? The water breaks the dam and washes everything away. If you do not release the air around the fire, what happens to it? It takes over. You have to control it. Let go of all your limiting beliefs that there is not enough to go around. Let it go. And give a little, share a little, give a smile. Even a smile is worth giving. Nowadays, we don't smile with our lips, but we can smile with our eyes. So smile with our eyes. Give somebody something they didn't get this morning. Good morning, how are you? Give somebody something. Let somebody else know about the morning blessings at 8 o'clock. Let them come and enjoy it. Tell them about it. Lead the cow to water. You cannot force it to drink, but you say, I told you, I reminded you. That same person that is calling you to tell you of the horrible things of the world, of the harshness of the world, of all the bad, call you with news that maybe you could turn on your radio, your TV and find it. You could go on the internet and find it. But they think it's their duty to tell you the world is coming to an end. It was supposed to come to an end on 2000 when it opened. What happened? What happened? It didn't come to an end. We are still here. So do not let people's limiting lack belief affect you. Shake it off. Let them go. And sometimes be brave and say, no, I do not want to hear that. Don't you have anything uplifting to say? When somebody, listen to me, when somebody is building you up and they're tearing down others, you need to question that. Why are you tearing down somebody when you are just telling me how fantastic and marvelous and great I am? Why? The question remains, why? Why are you doing this? And that is what people have to understand. You have to be able to read between the lines. You were given a brain. You have a thought. You have common sense. You have wisdom, no matter how small you are. You can look into a person's eye and see what they're really made of. You look at their mannerisms and you see what comes out in their hand movement. You can see when they speak of others, how they pull them down. And you wonder why. Is it so that they can climb on them to get to where they go? Why do we sometimes think we must destroy somebody else for us to succeed? Why? And if that is happening and you're aware of it and you cannot control, because sometimes people who do this, they do not hear. They cannot think. They are so busy being nasty that they cannot think. Sometimes they say bad things about somebody they have never met in their life. And that is the thing you need to ask the one that's coming to you and depressing you about somebody. Do you know them? Have you met them? Have you talked to them? Right? I had that experience and I brought it up on the live last night, leadership and mental prosperity. I worked side by side with another manager for a while. That's one day I was having an interview with a young woman from India that was she was already in the bank for a promotion. This other manager walked up the stairs and saw Sangeeta sitting there. She comes into my office and she said to me, "Is this person your interview?" I said, "Yes." And she did this. And I said to her, "What?" I said, "Do you know her? Have you spoken to her?" And she said, "No." So I said to her, "What information do you have about her that you have decided she is not suitable for the job I want to interview her for?" And I walked away. I got my interview, I brought her in, and she captivated me with her energy and her smile. I hired this woman and she made me who I am today in a lot of ways. She didn't walk, she ran. She sold air to, snow to the man that lives in the attic and hay to a farmer. But she sold, she was great. She helped me to have a better portfolio. That was Sangeeta's gift to the world. Unfortunately, Sangeeta died this year of cancer. I cried at her funeral. I don't cry often, but I stood by her casket and I cried. What a loving human being. But she was like a dynamite. Her time was short on this earth, but the memory she left behind was amazing. So this is why I am saying to you, remember that do not let other people let you fall into the situation of lack. Do not that if I had listened to that woman, I wouldn't have had this amazing experience. We became friends. It was such a great experience. So let me tell you something. What you must remember, Sangeeta would come to my house, take pictures of the Christmas tree and said, "My dad, Tessa-Marie, just cannot wait to see your Christmas tree." And that brought me joy. But if I had listened to that woman who didn't know her and criticized her, I would have lost out on that part of my life. So you have to remember, staying in the position of not enough or not good enough is staying in poverty. Poverty of your mind will go into poverty of your life. It will affect your income, your outcome. It will affect your mental prosperity, physical prosperity, spiritual prosperity, financial prosperity, and emotional prosperity. Believe there is enough to go around. As I said to you guys, I use the example of China. China believe if they killed every female baby or they just had one or two or trying to control the world by having so many females and all the men and baby alive. Guess what? China is looking for women to marry those men. China decided they were going from a position of not enough. Let us hide our men. Let's have more men. But China, with all their brain, people tell me Chinese are smarter than everybody else. You think that was a smart decision, guys, when they decided, I am going to only have male children? Where did they think the children were going to come from? Didn't somebody tell them, hold on, you need girls? Nobody told them. Today, they're frantically trying to have females so their culture and their race can continue. So coming from a position of lack means you're saying it's not enough. Sure, Tell somebody about the morning blessing. Tell somebody about somebody you know that somebody's trying to get a businessman. Tell them about Christina. Somebody wants this, tell exercise. Tell them about Turon. Somebody wants their haircut. Tell them that Yoko does this. Tell them, share. Do not hold it back. It's not meant for you alone. Somebody wants to know who can empower women to live their best life and tell them you do not have to stay. Tell them about Pallavi's goal. Talk to people and share what you know. There is enough to go around. Rosie is doing this coaching thing, and you see her. Tell people, go, she has a nutrition program or what she's doing. Check it out. Tell them about the 5 pillars of prosperity. Tell them to check the live at 7 p.m. Share the knowledge. It is not yours to keep. They don't have to do it. You are not forcing anybody to do it, but you're giving them an opening. As I said to you, I will never, ever, ever forget when I joined Movement Makers and I said to this woman, how do you do this? And she waved her hand like that. You'll figure it out. And today I'm looking at her and she's so insecure. And I realized it was her insecurity that she saw me as a competitor, that she wouldn't teach me something that was so simple. I went to Yuko. Yuko taught it to me. And we became a partner in doing things. We have so much fun. A simple half an hour conversation on Zoom goes to 2 hours. We have to stop ourselves. She did not see me as a competitor, neither did I see her. But every time I look at this particular woman, I see her insecurities just bubbling out of her. She's so insecure, she will choose and make sure the stronger the person, the further away she stays from them. Fear. Nobody can take a follower from you. Nobody can come and grab your followers by the neck and say, follow me. Do not be afraid to have a live with somebody. They maybe will enhance you, or they will enhance one of your followers. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. There is enough to go around. Do not see life as there is not enough. If it was so, none of us would be alive. God would have stopped his creation and said, that's enough. He would keep our brains so that we are still walking around hunting animals and wearing skin. He would keep us to the point we couldn't create the vaccines that we need. But he did not see a world of lack. He said, as many of you come, is more you can create. People are saying, the African refugees will take. No, they will take. We all have to take. But they will bring. They need to work. They will stir up the economy. Houses will have to be built to put them in. Grocery stores will have to have food that they can eat. Somehow, somewhere, we'll figure it out. So do not be afraid to share. We have always figured it out. That is what human nature is. I told you guys that COVID, it put us against the wall, and that we would come out roaring at it, and we did. We do not like to be placed against the wall. We always find a way to figure it out. If you do not know what I'm talking about, look at that movie, The Shawshank Redemption. He was in jail, but he wanted to get out. I am not saying he shouldn't be in jail. I am just using his action as an example. He took a spoon and he dug with a tiny spoon. He started this journey. I can't remember how many years later, but he left. The point is, he never stopped digging to get out. That's human nature. So when somebody is afraid to share with you, or they know something they don't give, like me and my tomatoes and the beans I give to the neighbor, and the kale and the Swiss chard and the cucumbers, I will get more. Somehow, some way, when I go there, I'll find a cucumber. If I think I gave the last one to my neighbor, I will find another one. You know, when I saw that as a child growing up, my dad planted a specific type of mango tree. We call it grafted mango. I think some countries call it Julie. I think so, Julie mangoes. But They're flat like the palm of your hand, and they're so delicious you can eat the skin. That tree never grew past maybe 9 feet. It wasn't a big tree, if that. And that tree, I am telling you, it didn't matter the season, the time of the year. All I can tell you, it never stopped flowering. And I can tell you a secret that we still are all marveling about in the family. If you go under that mango tree, you are sure, absolutely sure, to live with one ripe mango. You'll get one. If you attempt to look for a second one, you won't find it. But if I show up after you who haven't had one for the day, I would find one to eat. So that is what I'm telling you. There is always enough to go around. And that is the truth. That mango tree had a mango for anybody that showed up that day and raised their hand and looked at it to find it. It was a different type of situation. The mango tree was in the yard of the plantation, close to the house. You stayed on the porch and you could look at it. It wasn't much taller than me. But when you went underneath it, for some reason, it was like an umbrella. And you could pick it and eat it. Because there was always enough to go around. There is always another mango for somebody else. So do not hoard your wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And do not let your insecurity stop you from getting what you want to share with another person. If that woman doesn't stop her attitude of not teaching, she will never get rid of the insecurities. And that I know. It's a year and I've watched her. She's still insecure. So sending you light and joy. Have an absolutely amazing day.